Hey, what's up guys? In this video let's just talk about why functions in JavaScript are called the first class citizens. So in JavaScript the functions are treated like any other data type such as the string or the numbers. So just like them, we can store the functions in any variable, we can pass the functions as argument to other functions, and also we can return them from other functions. So that's why the functions are called the first class citizens. So let's just see some of the examples. So first of all, let's see how we can store the function in variables. So suppose we have the function sum which takes the number a and b, and it basically console log the sum of those two numbers. Because in JavaScript the function is treated just like any other data type, so we can store the function in other variable. So suppose we have the variable add. Now we can store the sum function in the add variable. So here we are storing the sum function in a add variable. Now because the variable is a function, so it will behave like a function. So we can use the variable and we can call the function. So we have to pass the parameters. So you can see we have the output. So here we can store the function in any variable and then we can call the function using that variable. And let's now see how we can pass the function to another function. So suppose we have the function called calculate. Now this function can take other functions as parameter. So we can pass the function sum and then we can pass two numbers to add them. Now here inside, because this is a function, so we can call the function and we can pass two numbers. Now whenever we call the calculate function, so the first parameter we have to pass the function. So we're gonna pass the sum function and then two numbers like 20 and 30, and you can see we have the output. So here we just basically passing the function to another function, and because this is a function, so we can invoke the function just like any other function, and we are passing two numbers as parameter. So because we are passing the sum function, so the sum function will be invoked and it will console log the sum of those two numbers. And let's now see how we can return function from other function. So suppose we have one function called difference, and from inside the function we can return other function. So we can return another function. So the function can take parameter also. Now here inside we're just gonna basically console log the absolute difference. So we're gonna use math.absolute method and we're gonna return the difference of those two numbers. So here is our function and the function is returning another function. So now whenever we call the function difference, so this function will return another function. So because it is returning another function, so we have to store that in a variable. So now the variable difference is having the returned function. So because this is a function, so this will behave like a function. So we're gonna use the variable, and so here inside we have to pass two parameters to get the absolute difference. So we're gonna pass 10 and 20, and you can see we have the output as 10. So this way in JavaScript, functions can be stored in a variable. Also functions can be passed to another function as argument, and also we can return one function from another function. So because of all of this behavior of functions in JavaScript, they are called the first class citizen. So hope you understand the concept. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.